playing in its den is never as hungry as the wolf fighting to survive. To all of you fighting battles alone, remember our ancestors in the harsh wilderness.
Come on!
Battling the naysayers. Better fight and fall than to live without hope. You might learn to survive and not let your worries and hopelessness stand in your way. Be mighty and keep strong. Be mighty and keep strong. The long road is hard, but go you must. For he who has traveled far and endure well is led to the greatest end of the journey. Be mighty and keep going. Be mighty and keep going. It will be worth it in the end. And if you stand by your own trial and not by what others say, the right folk and kin will show up in your life. You won't be a lone wolf forever. Get out there and hunt it down.
Hey guys, this is Black Rose Arts. We are a small, fully independent team working day and night in crunch mode on our communities and our dream Viking game. VALHALL, name anglicized from Old Norse, is now in the beginning of its journey. This is important to understand. What we are making is not a sword simulator. Just imagine the huge potential of the 9 worlds of Viking mythology, combined with great combat and multiplayer battles. We're very excited about the depth of the Norse mythology and want to develop each world in the best way. At this stage, all our budget stems from crowdfunding, the sum of which you can check for yourself on our Indiegogo page. We were going to launch the first of our closed tests last summer, but were delayed by server problems, which have now been solved. We realized that we hadn't achieved the quality of work that we want to show to the world. As such, we continued the development process, and our loyal backers supported us. Thank you guys. You can take a look at our very first trailers or old dev blogs to compare our progress with the current content and see where we are going. Now we're working at the most important part of our journey, Combat System 2.0, which will feature in the beta test. Please keep in mind that while some of the shown mechanics are implemented, some are still not finished and aren't representative of their final game state. Our game is about Vikings, and the new combat is designed to fit this theme. First of all, that means it focuses on dynamic and free combat. With the left mouse button, you can perform different sweeping attacks according to the direction you move your mouse. Not only the angle, but the type of attack itself will be completely at your control. This makes combat more diverse. Each type of weapon has its own optimal distance. VALHALL can be played from a first or third person perspective, and we aim to achieve a set of animations that looks accurate and immersive for the Viking period and controls well as well. Parrying is great, however, dynamic dodging in any direction can give you even more options to win the battle and proves to be an even more effective strategy. To dodge, press any move button and the dodge button simultaneously, and you will expend a certain amount of stamina. However, it can help you to avoid an enemy attack and begin your own counterattack. Vikings are extremely strong and agile warriors. Use the game's sliding mechanics to your advantage as to break up your attacks to catch your opponent off guard. Vikings mostly used long bows, and as you might expect, they didn't have any crosshairs to help them along. There will be no crosshairs available for bows in VALHALL, only your bow, your arrow, and the enemy. The strength and distance your arrow flies with is also determined by the amount you pull back your bowstring. There is an automatic breath holding. It will start when you stop moving for 2 seconds, and after 5 seconds of staying still, the bow will stop swaying. All these features, such as sway, no crosshairs, and the first-person camera view, were thought over after we received your feedback from our initial trailers, since a big part of the community had expressed concerns about abusing the archery mechanics. We decided to improve the realism of archery in Valhall and make it a more hardcore and realistic experience. One of our most appreciated features, no third-person peeking, is well underway. As we have already showed before, there won't be a problem with third-person peekers in Valhall during any competitive multiplayer game which supports both camera views. This decision will let you focus on each battle without needing to worry about who's hiding behind a wall and makes the game more fair in general. We are aiming to provide immersion with a minimalistic HUD to allow you to focus on the battle unfolding before you. In this video, the HUD has been removed entirely for the sake of cinematics. Being able to control your stamina and energy levels is paramount to your success in battle. As your stamina drains, your movements will be slower and less effective. Sometimes we face situations when your opponents try to run away from battles, eluding you of your hard-earned victory. To combat this, we have decided that the best way to deal with such cases will be to tie speed and health together. The lower the health, the lower the speed. The funding we have received immediately goes into use, bringing the game closer and closer to the point all of us want to see it at. Being a backer, you're making a contribution which becomes an integral part of the future of the game. We keep our community updated on the improvements we make and the changes that we plan to implement as much as we can. Our aim is to build a strong relationship with our backers. We have implemented several forms of communication, primarily using the interactive development board to see the game players want to come to fruition. If you check our Indiegogo page updates, you will see that it works. We frequently ask for community opinion via a number of short votes and polls in Discord, which are often about gameplay features. For example, some time ago, the community decided to remove the arrow camera feature and even remove the horns from all standard helmets at the community's request. We're launching our alpha test under a non-disclosure agreement. It is very important to know we have chosen to do this as an answer to the requests of a part of our backers. Our position is set. We will not release to the public anything less than a polished game, and we don't want to rush it. However, we respect our community and decided to let the backers who became a part of the development process and wants to try out the game in any state do that only under NDA right now. Please keep in mind, this alpha is absolutely not how we want the players to see our game for the first time. We are sharing the old build to let backers who are interested about any state of Valhall check out the sandbox mode while we're still working on beta. We never intended to release or sell the alpha, and it wasn't included to the perks descriptions of Indiegogo. We have given it to everyone with access to the beta for free. Just a friendly warning, however, the current alpha build is too early and hardly playable. If you want to get a great first impression, we recommend waiting till the beta test launch. The date for the beta launch in a state we're preparing now is not set yet. We made the schedule fairly flexible. It can take 1.5 or even 3 months. Meanwhile, we and our backers who understand the purpose of alpha will be testing some features from beta and adding them to the sandbox build. To speed up the development of Valhall, we utilize some third-party assets. For example, we are using high-quality photo-scanned models, which make photorealism possible in real time. What you see is running with very high FPS on a gaming computer. The Battle Royale mode has less graphics detail for sake of the optimization, but still looks pretty good. The game will have settings for low-end PCs as well. Valhall is not a pay-to-win game. However, there are cosmetics which will allow you to look like a boss on the map. These items will never give you an unfair advantage and are purely cosmetic. We pay a lot of attention to the details of our items, and many of them were forged by the artists who are the best dwarven blacksmiths from Neo-Evelier. The Battle Royale setting in Valhall makes sense. Here, brave warriors fight for whole eternity. Since we set our map in the afterlife, dying doesn't actually cost you anything, and the respawn mechanic will be well integrated to the lore within the Bifrost. What is more, Siege mode will appear first as the warm-up mode. Your spirit will move organically to the Vigrid battlefield. More information about it will be available in our next Indiegogo updates. Feel free to share your suggestions with us via our interactive desk and Discord server. While we're finishing up the new combat system, you have a great opportunity to become a part of our Viking family during its early stages, which means a lot of cool bonuses and being one of the amazing people who makes Valhall come to life. Skål.